Hello to our first live after show from the GC Youth Ministries. Tonight marks our first night of GC session 2062 2025. I'm excited to be here and to be reporting to you live right up top from session floor. If you look down this way with me, you would see that's where session was happening. The delegates would sit right up here, and everybody on the table right on the stage. As you can see, some people are heading out now for dinner. Today has been a packed day, though a short day. Session officially started at 2 p.m. Booths opened, and the official opening ceremony and everything happened then. The business meeting started off with a devotional with Pastor Mark Finley, which was really powerful. If you haven't heard it, make sure you check out the Adventist News Network YouTube page for more information. I have some notes. Let's look at them now. Here, the first thing I see was we had a lot of union missions that were voted in. We had 11 new union missions voted, and this is amazing because that means that those divisions, those previous unions that were holding these groups of people, have expanded so much that they have to split. So I will run off the list with you really quickly, but you can find all of this and more information on Adventist News Network. The first is the Northeast Cameroon Union Mission, the West Central Cameroon Union Mission, Costa Rica Union Mission, Nicaragua Union Mission, South Sudan Union Mission, North Luzano Philippine Union Mission, Southern Luzano Philippine Union Mission, Southern Western Philippine Union Mission, Southeastern Philippine Union Mission, Mid Ghana Union Mission, and North Central Ghana Union Mission. We praise the Lord for all that is happening in these areas of the world that are helping expand the message and the gospel to other places and other people. Then there was some protocols that were done by Pastor Ted Wilson and Pastor Erton Kohler, our president and vice and secretary, respectively. One of those that I found really interesting was a vote on speaking times. Yes, that is an actual vote that was taken on tonight, and surprisingly, it had some conversation around it. They presented that times of speaking and approaching the mic shouldn't last more than 2 minutes, and then no more than 3 minutes if you need interpretation. People felt that they needed a bit more time, but being that it is general conference session with so many delegates, there has to be a time limit to not to constrain the people's voice, but so that we can move business along. If you have more to say, you can come back later, which we saw with some of the motions. Was one person comes up, they say their piece, maybe they feel they weren't heard in those 2 minutes, and they came back at another time to address the chair. So that I thought was pretty interesting. Then tonight also the agenda was voted on for GC session. If you're interested again in any of this information, you can go ahead and look at the Adventist News Network website and YouTube, and you can get all that full information there. They voted on the agenda with some questions on if that would keep going. One of those was if I lost my train of thought. They the question was on immunization. I had to look at my notes again. On immunization, was the statement in 2015, do we need to go back and look at it or not? Ultimately, there were a lot of conversations back and forth. Ultimately, they called question on the motion and ended conversation, and that resulted in them not discussing further, but also not adding that motion to the agenda following. So then they voted on the agenda and passed. They also voted the nominating committee. If anyone has ever sat on a church nomination time and the nominating committee, that's when they decide all elected positions of a church, and therefore the same with the general conference. So the nomcom has been voted on, and therefore that means elections will start tomorrow morning. But before we go on, make sure you comment your name and where you're coming from. We would love to see that in the chat. Also, let us know if you're at session or you're at home. If you're here at session, we want to meet you. So if you see Leon, come say hi, or you can come meet us also at the booth. Maria and Ivana at the booth working hard. So if you want to stop by and see them, they'll be there. And then Pastor Busi and Pastor Paco are out on the floor working hard. So make sure you come and see them. And we're back. Sorry for that. We're having a bit of technical issues here with the Wi-Fi. But we're back on. So yes, come find us, say hi, take pictures. We'll be excited to see you all and hear from you, especially things targeted specific to youth and how it's going in your areas and how we can help support that. Make sure this week we have a lot of things packed for the youth. Starting with Heroes, we have a Heroes Challenge. Today was night one on the Heroes Challenge that is happening at the booth. Stop by at the booth to get the QR code so that you can join the challenge. You definitely want to be a part of it. We have a great grand prize gift for the winner of GC Session Heroes Challenge. So definitely be a part of that. We also have starting on Monday Impact. Impact is our program for community service, but also for fellowship with the young adults and young and youth leaders that are here this week. So that's all I have for you for today. But in the next coming live streams, we'll have some guests, some young people that are helping out, some youth delegates, some young adult workers at the GC. And I'm excited to talk with them and talk with you all as well. Make sure if you have any questions for us as we converse with one another, that you leave them in the chat. So this has been fun. I will catch you tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here, wherever you're streaming us on from. Wow, that was a tongue twister for me. Again, my name is Mwenya Mpundu, and I will see you all tomorrow at 6 p.m. Bye. We'll see you there. You can enjoy a bit of the music while we wait.